Good morning, everybody. How are you doing this morning? I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. Dude. That's funny. Thanks, Nat. No, this is our way of giving you any help that we possibly can. Check out the pinned message. That's Captain Kern's Give Send Go, where he's trying to raise some money to get at least the side of his house back on on track. It really sucks that he's having to deal with this crap. But go read the Give Send Go. You'll understand a little bit about what's going on there. Give if you can, but don't hurt yourself in the process. That's just do what you can. But how is everybody this morning? How is everybody doing this morning? Hey, Cynthia, retired firefighter. Good to see you. JW, good to see you. Good morning. Good morning. Two awesome dogs. Awesome. How are you? I love it. JD fan, good to see you. Good to see you. K Marshall, hey, I'm hoping everyone is preparing for a fantastic day. Yes, we are. So what we got here is, let's see, King Marshall, Tammy Bugard, how are you? Good to see you. Oh my. We've got Harriet Williams. Good morning, Harriet. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. I am myself. And Ingrid. Nice. Nice. Good to see everybody. Glad you could make it. We are here for another interesting, just a really interesting one. So, in case you were, wondering my stance on some certain things, well, it's pretty easy to talk about. Got a couple of pretty interesting ones this morning that could mean something, might mean nothing at all. You decide. You decide how it is that you want to go about looking at these. There, and I'm just sort of looking to make sure, because I brought this up yesterday and I thought it was pretty damn important. And that one. There we go. All right, just wanted to make sure. So I mentioned this yesterday, and we're glad that this judge was stepped in there and took a look at this right here. And so we mentioned this yesterday. Graceland's foreclosure sale halted as Presley Estate lawsuit moves forward. So as I talked about this yesterday, they were trying to sell Graceland. They put it under foreclosure over a loan that was never made. Well, let's dive into a little bit more. See what all they had to say on this. So the judge on Wednesday said Elvis Presley's estate could be successful in arguing that the company's attempt to auction Graceland is fraudulent, as he halted a foreclosure sale of the beloved Memphis tourist attraction. Later Wednesday, a statement from someone who appeared to be a representative of the company said it would drop its claim, which the Presley estate has argued is based on fake documents. Online court records did not immediately show any legal filings suggesting the claim had been dropped. But I would venture to say that it's probably coming. It would not surprise me a bit that they probably, if they were smart, would not file anything, and they would disappear into the ether, because that right there is going to cause them all kinds of problems. And of course the judge will put in an order saying that, yeah, you're going to get in trouble. They stepped in a big pile of doo-doo. That was not their plan. Bribery was their plan. If you are, let's see, this silly people decided to do this silliness. Give me just a second. I'm typing in something here that I wanted to take care of really early this morning, and I completely forgot because, well, I'm an idiot most of the time. I really wonder how the expert did last night because he was still going strong. He was having the time of his life. All right, sorry about that. I'm just got a couple of things I had to handle that I was running late this morning getting those done. Later Wednesday, a statement from someone who appeared to be representative of the company said it would drop its claim, which Presley Estate has argued is based on fake documents. Of course, it had not been dropped at that time. Shelby County Chancellor Joe Day Jenkins, Joe Day, I think that's right, Joe Day, issued a temporary injunction against the proposed auction, which had been scheduled for Thursday in Memphis, where the King of Rock and Roll's former home is located. Jenkins' injunction essentially keeps in place a previous restraining order issued at the request of Presley's granddaughter, Riley Keough. Graceland is part of this community, well loved by this community, indeed around the world. Sorry. The public knows of foreclosure of the sale was 13-acre estate post earlier in May said Promenade Trust, which controls the Graceland Museum, owes $3.8 million after failing to repay this 2018 loan. The Keough, an actor, inherited the trust and ownership of the home after the death of her mother last year. Nosani Investments and Private Lending said Lisa Marie had used Graceland as collateral for a loan, according to the foreclosure sale notice. A lawsuit filed last week by Keough alleged that Nosani presented fraudulent documents regarding the loan in September 2023. Lisa Marie never borrowed money from Nosani Investments, never gave a deed of trust to Nosani Investments. Neither Keough nor lawyers for Nosani Investments were in court on Wednesday. Well, Keough's attorney, Jeff Germany, said outside of the court that he has not had direct contact with representatives from Nosani. Nosani did file an unsuccessful motion denying the lawsuit's allegations and opposing the estate's request for an injunction. A statement emailed to the AP after Wednesday's ruling said Nosani would not proceed because a key document in the case and the loan were recorded and obtained in a different state, meaning that legal action would have to be filed in multiple states. The statement, which was sent from an email address listed in court documents, did not specify the other state. The company will be withdrawing all claims with prejudice, the statement said. Court documents included addresses for the company in Jacksonville, Florida, and Hollister, Missouri. Both were for post offices, and a Kimberling City, Missouri reference was for a post office box. The business also is not listed in the state databases of registered corporation in Missouri or Florida. Kimberly Philbrick, the notary whose name is listed on Nosani's documents, indicated that she never met Lisa Marie Presley, nor notarized any documents for her, according to the state's lawsuit. The judge said the notary's affidavit included in the lawsuit brings into question the authenticity of the signature. Paul Gold, a lawyer for the New York-based coffee Modica, who handles real estate litigation but is not directly involved in the case, said the affidavit and other inconsistencies in the company's paperwork appeared to be extremely strong evidence to support the Presley's estate position. Graceland opened as a museum and tourist attraction in 1982. We already know that. It draws hundreds of thousands of visitors each year. A large Presley-themed entertainment complex across the street from the museum is owned also by Elvis Presley Enterprises. Graceland will continue to operate as it has for the past 42 years, ensuring that Elvis's fans from around the world can continue to have the best-in-class experience when visiting his iconic home. Good morning, Brandon. How are you doing? You're now officially tired, but somebody needs to do the Lord's work. Do the Lord's work, man. Do the Lord's work. Good morning, Roxanne. Roxanne, how are you doing? Star Z, good to see you. Harriet, oh my. Oh my, oh my. Got all you fine folks showing up. Harriet Williams, good to see you. I was surprised how small Graceland actually is. Large for a house, but not a mansion. It's still very impressive with its decor and grounds. The clothes, car, and award collections are amazing. Yes. You know the expert might be upset with you. Did you ruin the Gosney? Got him in the house, smoking cigars, just drinking sidecar after sidecar after sidecar. Shame on you, Brandon. Oh my God. And well, of course, in other news, I saw this morning because I might have a few of these. Nvidia's profit soars underscoring its dominance in chips for artificial intelligence. San Francisco, Nvidia Wednesday overshot Wall Street's estimates as its profits skyrocketed, bolstered by the chip making dominance that has made the company an icon of the AI boom. Its net income rose more than sevenfold. Oh man. Hong added some training AI models is becoming faster processing as they learn to become multimodal. That is capable of understanding text, speech, images, video, and 3D data, and also reason and plan. It increased its dividend to 10 cents a share from 4 cents. After hours trading to $1,606.89. It's risen more than 2,000 in the past year. Amazing. Nvidia's dominant market share position will be tested. Yeah, so if you got an Nvidia back when it was, I don't know, $100 or so, you're doing pretty well. You're doing pretty well. It's crazy. So there's something else that I wanted to cover this morning. I was surprised how small. Oh, okay. Here we go. New York City is beginning to evict some people in migrant shelters under stricter rules. Why would New York City do such a thing? Do they not like the illegals? Because it's one of those where they call it migrant shelters. I mean, why would you go migrate to New York City? I mean, are you a migrant worker? What are you working on? Because if you're not part of a union, you're not more than likely not going to be able to do much work. They can take those chips and shove them somewhere I will never allow myself to be chipped. They can just take me out and say, "They're not going to chip you." Oh, I love it. Has anyone ever been diagnosed with a long COVID? I don't know what the hell that is. As opposed to short. New York City stepped up its efforts to push the illegals out of its overwhelmed shelters Wednesday as it began enforcing a new rule that limits some illegals, adult illegals, to a month in the system before they have to find a bed on their own. What is the new rule? I'm curious. Well, it doesn't tell you, but we'll get to that because the new rule says basically here's their idea of a new rule. New York City won't offer right to shelter to some illegals after 30 days and deal with advocates. Some illegals in New York City could be formally denied emergency housing after officials and human rights advocates agree to compromise on the interpretation of a unique legal decision that gives the right to shelter to anyone who asks. But I thought you were all about that there, sanctuary city. Like, come here, come to us, come to daddy government. We want you. Oh, I guess you don't want them so much. But I thought you had a couple of more sidecars in you. Good morning. Good morning, Volstorm. How you doing, fine sir? There's only one way to, welcome the Volstorm, and that's just like this. Just give this to him right here. See, that's how you give that introduction of Volstorm. Good morning. Good morning, Tammy. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Melody Beeman. Good to see you. He's like, yes. We don't need no more crazy on the streets. That's not going to unwind the screw up. Well, so Mayor Eric Adams asked the court in October to suspend the housing requirement in a state of emergency, saying we have too many illegals jumping the border and make it stop. We thought as long as they stayed in Texas, it was okay. I mean, let's keep them south of the border, man. Why are you bringing them here? Oh, you assholes! Why? How the hell? Mercy, mercy, mercy. Yeah, it's fine whenever it's not your country that's suffering because of it. Well, you're sitting there going, "Hey, man, well, why don't you guys come stay here with me, okay? You come stay up here, we'll treat you nice and fine, okay?" And then whenever they get there, they're just like, help, help, somebody help me. As of late Wednesday, 192 illegals have applied for an extension after hitting their limit, and 118 of those illegals had been approved. Mayor Eric Adams' office said thousands more expected to receive eviction notices in the coming months. Mayamu Dildo, a 39-year-old from Senegal, says he's not sure where he'll go with it when his time expires later this week at a shelter in the Bronx. Well, how about back to your own country? I mean, that's a novel idea. He hopes to get an extension, knowing that he just filed his asylum application and has been taking English classes, but can't apply for a work permit under federal rules until about 5 months after applying for asylum. Well, sucks to be you, doesn't it? I figured out what you can do, though. I mean, it is. I've got a job for you. Like, if you could do better than this guy, I've got a job for you. If you can do a better job than this guy, I mean, look at those shoes. Come on. You know that you can do better than this guy. You want to see him do it? All right, here we go. You think? You think he's got a job and a career? I think he's got a career. He could completely do that. He could rock you. I'm thinking that, if Mary Moo Dildo, a 39-year-old, he could do that. He's been taking English. I think that he could do fine. He thinks he has nowhere to go. He's going to school. He's looking for a job. He's trying his best, just like the rest of the Americans are. The new restriction came after Adams' administration Mark succeeded in altering the city's unique sanctuary city status, but they call it right to shelter, rule requiring it to provide temporary housing for every homeless person who asked for it. Before the new rule came into effect, adult illegals without children were still limited to 30 days in a shelter, but they were able to immediately reapply for a new bed with no questions asked. The city also restricts illegal families with young children to 60 days stays, but they aren't impacted by the new rule and can still reapply without providing any justification. Still, an audit found that the rollout was, well, it was haphazard. You think? You think? It was haphazard. Illegal rights and homeless advocates say that they're closely monitoring the eviction process, which impacts just 15,000 illegals. Adults. The city shelter currently houses about 65,000 illegals, but many of those are families with kids. Our concern is people will be denied for reasons that could be appealed, or because of some error, or because they didn't have all the documentation required, said David Giffen, executive director for the Coalition for the Homeless. We're watching very carefully to see if that happens, because nobody in need of shelter in New York City should ever be regulated to be sleeping on the streets. Well, they can take their ass home. How's that? They got their own country. Adams, a Democrat, on Tuesday pushed back at critics who have called the city's increasingly restrictive illegal shelter rules inhumane and haphazardly rolled out, saying a city simply can't keep housing illegals indefinitely. Why not? You think it's all right in other states? Why can't you keep them? How you doing? How you doing? Oh, just as I arrived, I Mrs. Shizzy on stage. He tried out on ice, but didn't have the legs. Yeah, I have no legs. There's no legs here. I'm just this body. Just a head, man. I'm just a head. People said it was inhumane to put people out during the wintertime, but now it's summer, and now they're saying it's inhumane to do it in the summertime. There's no good time. There's just no good time to throw those illegals back to their own country. Oh, Adams asked a court in October to suspend the right to shelter requirement entirely, but the move was opposed by illegals' rights and homeless advocacy groups. In March, they settled with an agreement to set the new rules for illegals. The agreement still allows for city officials to grant extensions on shelter stays on a case-by-case basis. City officials say illegals need to show they're making significant efforts to resettle, such as applying for a work authorization or asylum, or just searching for a job or an apartment, or doing anything but ship them out. Yeah, it's ship them back once they came. I mean, send them right back to the country that they came from. Those that came here seeking asylum, they have 15 days to provide proof that they've got a reason to be here. And after that, send them to California to go pick peaches or avocados. I hear that, somebody out there needs avocado pickers. I don't know. I'm just making shit up as I go along. City officials say migrants need to show they're making significant efforts to resettle. Migrants, well, why are you migrating to New York? Or we could just send them over to Canada. Canada's got free healthcare system. There you go. Illegals can also get an extension if they can prove they have plans to move out of the city within 30 days, have an upcoming immigration-related hearing, or have serious medical procedures, or recovering from one. Illegals between the ages of 18 and 20 years old can also get extension if they're enrolled full-time in high school. While these changes will require some adaptation, we are confident that they will help illegals process to the next stage of their journeys, such as going hell home, reduce the significant strain on our shelter system, and enable us to continue providing essential services to all New Yorkers. Camille Joseph Varlock, Adams' chief of staff, said Wednesday in an emailed statement. Oh, isn't she special? Even Canada said enough already. It's okay. It's okay. Calm down. You'll be fine. Good morning, JK. Hugs. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, JK. Good to see you. Glad you could make it. But here's Biden's solution to it. The new immigration court docket aims to speed up removals of newly arrived illegals. The Biden administration said Thursday that a new fast-track docket to the immigration courts will cut down the time it takes to decide asylum cases from years to months for some single adults. Illegals who settled in 5 cities, Atlanta, Boston, Chicago, Los Angeles, and New York, will be placed in a recent arrivals docket that aims to have judges rule on their claims within 180 freaking days. You gotta be kidding me. Jeez. Instead of the 4 years or so it currently takes. How about 15 days? The bottleneck courts are believed to be a significant incentive for more people to come, especially those with weak claims, like the illegals that are weak. Okay. The Justice Department has assigned 10 judges to the effort. Authorities say that they don't know how many cases they would handle, making it difficult to assess the potential impact. Administration officials said the failure of a sweeping Senate bill this year explains the absence of bolder moves. Boulders move if you get enough illegals to push them. A familiar line of attack against Republicans who have seemed on unprecedented border arrivals to fault President Joe Biden's handling of immigration in an election year. No, they've been saying it since 2020. They've been screaming from the rooftops for 4 years before that, and 4 years before that, and 4 years before that, and 4 years before that. Every 4 years, they've been screaming for years. Good morning. I think even Canada. Yeah. This administrative step is no substitute for the sweeping and much needed changes that the bipartisan Senate bill would deliver. Or you're saying the rhinos want to pass a bill too? But in the absence of congressional action, we will do what we can to most effectively enforce the law and discourage illegals. Sure. Alondro. Maracas. Sounds like you've really been working hard to do that. Authorities said the 5 cities were chosen because judges there had some availability to hear cases and because they were big destinations for illegals. Asylum seekers are eligible for work permits within 6 months of arrival, which critics say is an incentive to come even if their claims are weak. The longer they're in the U.S. and have established families or community ties, the more opposition there is to eventually sending them back to their own home country. The administration has tried for years to move more arrivals to the front of the line for asylum decisions, hoping to deport those whose claims were denied within months instead of years. The Obama and Trump administrations also tried to accelerate some cases. Yeah. In 2021, the Biden administration... Wait, wasn't he elected in 2020? Signed a whole bunch of bills, threw a whole bunch of things out, said we're going to stop building at the border. Come on, come all. You two can make it over. You two can be here. Introduced a dedicated docket. There is a dedicated docket. It's called a 50 caliber. For asylum-seeking families in 10 cities to be bumped to the head of the line in court and have their cases decided within 300 days. Not 365 days. We'll have it decided within 300 days. In 22, Biden administration introduced a plan to have asylum officers, not immigration judges, decide a limited number of family claims in 9 cities. And how did that work? It didn't. Dana Lee Marks, who retired in 21 after spending 35 years as an immigration judge, said asylum seekers, even those who can pay, have been unable to hire an attorney under the previous rocket dockets because there wasn't enough time. Marks also said those initiatives have failed to slow immigration. Speaking of immigration, there's only one immigrant that I want to see this morning. This is...
Wee woo! Wee
I always thought my spirit animal would be a jackass.
It happens. Oh my gosh, love it. It's a political response because the problem is so enormous and people are concerned, but there really just is a superficial band-aid and a gaping wound, Mark said. It's never worked in the past. There's no reason to think this time would be any freaking different. So how you doing, Mo?
Well, apparently my cats caught a snake, which again, I don't understand why using a flamethrower is not considered just good home, extras or
Well,
extermination.
well, because you don't want to burn your toast as you're trying to run those.
True, true. But and Mr. Mo's like, "Hey, you want to see a dead snake?" I'm like, "No,
No,
I
I
never want to see anything that the kids and cats have tortured."
yeah, you're like, yeah, sure. Can I pet it? Can I hold it? Can I wrap it around my neck? Would you like me to bring it to bed with me tonight? That's what you tell
Just
him to
I
see what
I
he
mean,
has to say.
just like, what in sir, we have had this talk many, many times. I got married to you slightly because I love you, but A, so I don't have to drive on the freeways, and B, I don't have to take care of critters. Now, let's get back to the
You got six of them. Not enough critters that you can take care of. Oh, time to give spell check another go. Things were getting out of hand. Buenos morning. How you doing, Zach? How you doing? Good morning, Mo. See, all these fine folks are loving to see you this morning.
Yeah, the youngest, most feral are out of school, so I don't have to run them in. So I will be putting up a poll on my community tab about if you want to keep the 9 a.m. slot or I can move to 8 a.m., at least for the
Nice.
summer.
There you go. So doing it a little bit earlier would be that might be ideal. Getting a little bit earlier in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because shoot, I mean, sometimes I'm ready to go at 8 o'clock.
No, I get it. If I could, guarantee that I would be able to get home each morning at 8, or I would do it at 8.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe now this is future optimistic me. Maybe she will not be a hot mess this, coming school year,
Maybe.
and I will be able to keep the 8 o'clock slot. But
Yeah. But no guarantees.
current hot mess Mo
Oh,
makes no promises.
yes. I mean it. And I'll probably be changing up a little bit of my schedule also, just to cut it back to like an hour, hour and a half, something like that. Just I was doing it, trying to keep it at under 2 hours, but then some mornings I just end up going just like pushing it.
Oh, I
So
know. And then some days you've got like 18 stories and you get through all of them in like 10 minutes and you're like, well, this is good. Would y'all like to hear about my weirdness now?
yeah, most of the time I pull up the weird stuff whenever that happens. Because that there's just nothing else. There's nothing else to do.
Oh, yeah.
You know, uh, like weirdness like this guy right here. Come on.
Guarinari blow what to think for five what a whip for nada what a whip for night what a irando pro we chinchero pero irando pro we rakion rakion
My love of Queen is fighting with my secondhand cringe embarrassment, but I also most of my soul is like, oh my God, this is the cringe hilarity that 2024 needs.
It
Also,
is.
which set of Tupperware did your mom use for the bowl cut? I'm just asking for a friend. I have some boys. Maybe like, is it like the 1 gallon bowl, like, or the half gallon? Just
5 quart, 6 quart. Which one was it? Well, and you saw his shoes, right? There was so
the
much
fact
going
that
on.
everything took away from the shoes, you know,
I mean, look at the shoes.
oh, I know, but everything else is also so funny that you almost miss the shoes. It's like, can you it tests your cringe hilariousness IQ, because if you can note all the things that make you want to giggle and cringe and get to the shoes, then you're a genius.
Oh my god.
Also,
I
now I want to go watch 16 Candles again for no reason.
Hey, Puffer P. How's it going? I knew that we get people smiling this morning. Whenever I saw that, I was like, oh, that's like happiness. I mean,
I
he is
know.
living his best life.
He is. He is like, I look fabulous and I'm rocking Queen just like Freddie Mercury.
Yes. I mean,
I
I'm
mean,
even sexier than Freddie Mercury, I would say. That bowl
he does have
haircut.
a good head of hair. It's very thick and shiny. I am all the confused.
Oh, okay, Marshall, you got some storms there. Oh, so
Uh,
sorry to hear that. Ooh.
yeah, we're supposed to be getting some today too. It's been nice and hot and muggy.
Mm. Yeah, we like the hot and muggy. I like the hot and muggy. Yeah. So tonight is going to be a really interesting night. I'm taking my wife out for a
Ooh,
night. We have something that we do every what last Thursday of the month that's work related. That it's a meeting that goes on for I don't know a little while. So we'll probably be going out tonight. Go do
ooh,
something. So I may stream a little bit later this evening, but I'm not
okay.
sure.
You know,
You've been
family
missing out on the
first.
Edgecomb. Oh my God,
I
girl.
I know.
I've been so busy,
You know,
life.
had I skipped that 3 hour insanity session, um, I could have been in a great mood to do Tuesday night.
Yeah. So did they hand you a stick and put you out in the middle of the woods and have you beat the ground with it, screaming, saying
No,
this is what you
that would
need?
have been more productive.
God, no, no.
No, Shizzy,
Oh,
I had
I hate
three
hearing that.
1 hour appointments, and what I learned is now wait for it because you might want to sit down. Your shock will overwhelm you. My nervous system isn't working correctly. And they want me to do a 3 week, 9 hour long intensive therapy where we sit and have group chat and finger painting therapy and yoga. And I'm like, well, that's not going to work because I have a life and family. So thanks. So I was like, what is the end goal here? Are you guys saying that you can take away my pain or to be happy with my pain? And she's like, well, we can't guarantee no pain, but we can give you tools. And I was like, ma'am, I have sarcasm and dark humor.
I have plenty of tools
I have
dealing with
tools.
this.
I mean, they invented, you know, distilleries right next to my house. I
Yeah,
have tools.
yeah. I have really good tools.
What is
That
finger painting my feelings going to do for this?
yes,
Also, please don't sell me a $20 book because if you figure out the cure for chronic pain, you would be on like
hmm
remote live, authoring this on YouTube as you are running away from big pharma, Boeing style attacks.
right. Oh, oh, yeah. He's Roxanne says you have a group chat right here, and you can finger paint all you want. And guess what? You
Yeah.
can do it for as long as you want, or as little
Well,
as you want.
yeah, and I told the therapist, I was like, "Hey, I've met a lot of people. I've got a new activity. If this is just going to be a group chat and opening up trauma that's already healed, I'd really rather not." And she's like, "Well, sometimes you just haven't explored all of your trauma." I'm like, "No, no, it's scarred over. Yes, the scar may not look pretty, it might not be all nice and beautiful, but it is a scar. It has healed. Now, however maladaptively I did it, I still survived. I'd really not. No.
Yeah, I don't need to dig into my feelings in my heart. What I have is physical pain. It's not the mental pain I'm worried about. It's the
Yeah.
physical. Do you have to separate these two because mental pain and physical pain are two different things. Physically, I hurt. Mentally, I don't.
Well, I was like, okay, well, this has been a beautiful waste of my time. I hope whatever you charged my insurance money, it was worth it. Give me 1 second. Mr. Mo has decided to start working on chiseling
No, it's
things up off the hallway.
no, it's beautiful because what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some coffee and we're going to give you guys just a little bit of
Okay.
music in the meantime. Here we go. Let me pull this up. I've got to get myself some more coffees because I be needing it. So we will take a little break, give you a little bit of this. Here we go. Yes, sir. Watch this. Enjoy. I love that song. It's just so much fun.
It is.
God.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So I had to do some sort of, look, interlude because, coffee
I-
pot is upstairs and I'm downstairs. I was like, man, I want to have my coffee in the
Yeah.
morning.
Good husband points for Mr. Mo. We have some people coming in later this summer, and I said, if there was any way possible on your week off, if we could get the horrible, corroditated, full-blown Ebola carpet up off the floor,
Oh, I know that feeling. Yeah.
then I would be super happy.
Yeah. Especially whenever you got kids, that thing just it'll get crazy.
Kids, pets, it was already the low grade, like or the contractor stuff. So it survived, I think, 10 minutes into our owning of that.
That's usually about right. That is usually about right. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so we did our Monday, which was really an interesting morning doing what the hails.
Oh yeah.
And then we kicked it into Tuesday doing the Edgecombe, and we got through Edgecombe's his witness statement, it was his star witness that came in like criticizing the police on everything that they did.
I missed Eddie or
Yeah. No, his
Eddie
name is Dick
McDingus.
Burns. His name is Dick Burns or Ricky Burns.
I loved how he turned to the judge. The fact that I've watched this over and over again is probably not good for my mental health, but he looks at the judge, do I have to answer this? And the judge is like, were you not a cop for 2 years? Yes, this is how trials work.
Like you're an idiot.
Borowski's about ready to sidebar now, my office.
Oh yeah. It was just constantly. Well, and so we were able to get through Wednesday was all of Edgecombe's testimony, and then he was cross-examined on last night. And then, of course, they did their redirect after that, which failed miserably. And there was a lot of in chambers now. Like, just like the judge was so ticked off at the way that that Edgecombe was responding because he wouldn't answer the question. He just kept saying, it is a yes or no question. Even the attorney's going, it's a yes or no question. But because Edgecombe didn't know how to respond, he gives, at the very end of a redirect, he decided to have to explain himself, and out of nowhere says that he had training in firearms.
Right.
And at that point, the prosecutor is ready to sit down, but right before he says, I had training, and he just turns around, he's right back up there. And he was like, whoa, where did this come from? And just goes after him. Like, okay, so you're saying you had firearms training because was it in a classroom? And this guy's like, yeah, well, yeah, but we didn't have firearms in the classroom. So you never went to a range, you never fired a weapon before. So you're claiming the weapon just went off. And I mean, he brought this all up in his,
Oh
and
yeah.
we even did his closing arguments. 23 minutes of just basically calling this guy an absolute douche shit bag human
I
being, like
look, the power
inexcusable.
of Diet Coke compels him, and when you are on with the power of Diet Coke, you can rule the world.
Well, and that he even brought that up in his closing. He goes, "You guys
I
watched me go
know.
through 30 cans of Diet
I
Coke."
know.
And I'm just like,
I
God.
was I was like, my soul brother, I see you.
Good morning, Ammo Girl. How you doing? Good to see
The
you.
the sad thing is if Edgecombe had worked with him and not been such an insanely aggravating dickbag, he probably wouldn't have even gotten to the place where he was a security officer. He was Paul Blart, mall cop of the shipping yards.
Yeah,
But because he was so ridiculously obstreperous, you just hate him. You hate him even more, and you hate, B. Ivory Lamar for all the bullshit he did with the wife. Like,
yeah.
he lost that
Laying
case
into her.
with the wife.
Yeah, yeah. Going hard at her, trying to accuse. Well, you never did this. You did this. And he even tried pulling that crap up in his closing arguments.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to go for an hour and a half. And I mean, we got through
Oh
half
my
of it. I was
god.
like, I just can't anymore. He keeps repeating himself, and he keeps having this narrative that didn't exist. If you sit there and watch
No.
the trial, the things that he kept saying, there was no proof of that whatsoever. It's just, and the prosecutor, I feel like the prosecutor's watching this guy and going, this is the kind of person that gives lawyers a bad name. You know, he doesn't have a case. He's not proven any of this, but yet he's standing here with, and I joke not, he's got pictures off of court TV that he's using that must have been
It's
scanned
so
in the day
dumb.
before with a little narrative thing next to it saying they never did this. They have to prove without a reasonable doubt. It's like, what, prove what? That he shot him? Because every argument that he had was basically trying to say, well, he wasn't even there. They never proved it. Oh, these people were drinking, so that's why that gives him cause to do it. Ooh, they hurt his feelings, so that gives him cause to do it. Oh, he threatened him with a knife. No, there was no knife there. There was a knife in his pocket. Well, and they want to claim because there's no DNA on it. I'm just like, oh, Jesus Christ. There's
Okay,
blood all over the place where he got busted in the face. He's got blood all over his hands, and there's no blood on the knife, near his pants.
if I had, if I were Borowski, I would have let them play the video twice. We watched that more than I watched the Zapruder film, okay? And you can,
Yeah,
I see more on the Zapruder film than I do on that. Even
yeah,
when the guy from Jersey, he, I have a system that cleans this out and makes it noticeable, and then I put names on stuff.
yeah.
Awesome, Jerry. How much are we paying per diem for food? Look, as a fluffy person, I can ask, but I'm just saying, you're sweating salami, sir.
Oh, Paul Storm says, Mo, how you doing? Oh my God. Yes, check out Newsy News with Mo. Absolutely. And he
Yes.
plagiarized his openings and closing. His trial prep was watching parts of the OJ trial. I know.
I did wonder when he was going to get to the glove, and then he's like, crap, I don't have a glove.
Yeah,
I'll
there's
just show
no.
my hand. Do you see my front and back and hands?
Yeah, do you see the front? What's on the front? Look, it's not the same that's what's on the back.
You know, I will say, B. Ivory Lamar, you know, you look so great and so pumped. Wearing women's suits makes you look nice. I'm just saying.
Hey,
Those were tailored, those were some shoulder pad tailored things.
and I mean, I understand you want to come into court, not looking like a complete, slumlord,
Well, yeah.
but hey, he's not, he just like overdone it. It was all
Yeah.
about show. It was a big show for him. And the first thing that he screamed
Yeah.
is racism, racism, racism.
And that's so dumb. It's so
Yeah.
dumb. There was no equivalency between this and the Kyle Rittenhouse case, and I understand that people tried to make it like that, and it would have been better if you had the fact patterns of he stayed, he talked to the cops. He was like, "This man was, rushing towards me, you know, where he, bumped me off my bike and I flew, 73 yards off of it while he was, watching in his car, oh gosh, what's the some sort of
Blazing Sandals.
KKK,
He was
he's
watching
watching
Blazing.
Blazing Saddles, and then he switched over to the airplane when, gosh, June Cleaver did Jive Talk. I mean,
Yeah. I mean,
if you had stayed,
oh yeah.
then there's a different set of facts.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and I mentioned this also is like I think I would have been a little more. I could have understood a little bit more had had he outside of the bullshit about him being hit, which there was no evidence, which brought that up also. Say he had been hit, jumps on his bicycle because it's all mangled and he's all bruised and battered, rides up, and yells at the guy, clocks him, and then rides off, and then
Yeah.
he jumps on his bicycle, he's headed towards the down thing, like crap, I just need to get away, it was stupid of me, but I need to get away. And he says, hey, back off, don't come any closer, I'm scared for my life, and deletes it. Uses that hole
Yeah.
punch, and immediately is like, crap, there's a lot of people here, I need to get away from the situation. And he removes himself and goes and turns himself to the police station, which was right up the road.
Yeah. I mean,
Like he completely
Yeah.
removes himself from the situation and goes and turns himself into the police, saying, listen, it was me. Let me explain what happened. I need an attorney, whatever we need to do, that like there was a reason for this.
Yeah.
And it's, I'm scared for my
Well,
life, but he
him
never did
pretending
any
to
of
not
that.
know what public defenders were. I mean, you
Yeah.
already have cases with them.
2 of them.
So you could say, look, something really bad happens. I need your advice. I'm going to turn myself in. Please be advised. I have asked for you as my attorney, and I want to wait to talk to the police until you are here. Because this doesn't seem to be Theodore Edgecombe's first rodeo with the, judicial
Yeah.
system.
Yeah. And I mean, sure, he might have not, he might have gotten in more trouble, but he would have had a way of saying, hey, this was self-defense. But it clearly
Yeah.
wasn't. I mean,
No.
if you're running that hard and and the prosecution brought up things that they didn't, and it was like B. Ivory Lamar showed his cards every time that he talked.
Yeah.
Because he was acting like people were complete idiots, and the
Oh,
entire time, like, I'm smarter than you, I'm the smartest man in the room. And it was those moments where the judge is having a conversation, because these are, they've made motions, and the judge is deciding whether he's going to follow those motions, and he's sitting back. I don't have, oh yeah, I do. He's sitting back at his table with his phone doing this number. Like, you're sitting in, and I don't
yeah.
think the judge could see it, but you're sitting in a courtroom with a judge You need to be focused on everything that's going on, not sending texts to your paralegal, or sex
Yeah,
messages or whatever it is that you're doing. You need to be paying attention to what the judge has to say and what prosecution is saying, what defense is saying. Your own counsel sitting right there at the table with you, and
I
he
do
could
kind
give
of
two shits.
wonder if his co-counsel had a full head of hair before the trial started and dealing with B. Ivory and Theodore Edgecombe, it just became the
No.
Friar Tuck.
Yeah, dumps in another state, lies to a Kentucky trooper, and then whenever he's questioned about it, he goes, "I don't know anything about what happened in Michigan."
Well, I mean, it is the art of the deal. He was going to try the big ask first. Like, these are not the droids you're looking for. I am not the Edgecombe you're looking for.
Yeah.
The force didn't work. Lying didn't work. Now we're going to try self-defense.
Well, and next week, of course, I will be doing what the hails, not on Monday, but because I will be out of town on Monday still. So next week, I'm out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, possibly Thursday even. I don't know exactly whenever we're gonna get back, but we're coming back with a U-Haul trailer, or not a U-Haul trailer, but a
Ooh.
U-Haul truck, because but she's got a bed that she wanted, and mattress and all, like it's for our spare room and possibly our vacation property that we're looking at
Ooh.
right now. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, we've been setting aside and saving and trying to get like a little home away from home is the best way to do it.
I, you need a place where you can go and relax
Yeah,
and, just unwind. And, I never leave my house, so it's my room for me. But
yeah. Well, and my my
other
my
people
wife
do
is
go outside.
my wife is very forgiving of me that I do the streaming. Like she was there while we were in South Carolina, and she just was like, "All right, well, I'm getting ready to head out." I was like, "All right, see ya." She's like, "All right, bye." like, did you want to hang with me? I'm like, well, I mean, I could, but then I'm just spending like an hour wandering around Charleston, which I'm going to do anyway later. So, but she was sweet about it. And we actually got to spend a lot more time than I thought we would. She was just like, "Oh, so you're not doing any stream?" I was like, "No, I mean, I'm here with you." I was doing them in the morning because I don't have anything else going on, and then I would finish up the stream and just relax. I mean, there's only so much you can talk about in the mornings. you know?
I will say, Mr. Mo is happy that I've found other people to just overanalyze every detail of trials and crimes with, because he's like, I don't care about Daryl Brooks, and I care less now that you're trying to tell me all the things in great detail. So I'm glad you found your tribe, and I don't have to be assaulted
Crime Spy
with
says, "How can you get up so early to live stream?" Because I'm already up. I mean, that's
because I
that's
turn
the
into a pumpkin at 9.
yeah, yeah. She does turn into a pumpkin, a sweet pumpkin, but we noticed that the pumpkin likes. Oh, yeah, and next so next week, I don't know how much night streams I'll be doing. I probably won't even be doing day streams. Just so if people send me an invite, I may be able to make it on for a short period of time. Just with like the crappy cheap iPod headset thing. But I won't be doing any late night streams or any stuff like that. And I'll probably miss out on a whole lot of stuff, but oh well. I got some cool stuff coming up that following week, and that Sunday I will be doing a stream. Most definitely. I may do something on Saturday just to sort of get my mojo back working again, because you take that much time away from doing the
Oh
stream. You
yeah.
go, how in the hell how do I set it? How do I do a thumbnail again?
Oh yeah. Or then 900 things have happened and you're like, wait a minute. Last time I checked in because I usually on Sundays I usually disconnect from everything
Mm-hmm.
and just try to. I come back on Monday. I'm like, wait, what? Who?
Yeah.
Michael Jackson's, still alive? What? Wait, what?
Yeah. How did I miss out on this? Like, where am I? Who am I? Yeah. And then, of course, then we're coming up on June. I mean, May has just flown by. We're coming up on June. We've got all kinds of stuff that's going to be going on with the tonsil twins. You've got, I mean, what's her name? The suitcase
Oh,
chick
Sarah
baby,
Boone.
Sarah Boone. You've
I
got,
hope that she actually goes because in trying to be true to my principles, she has waited almost 4 years. Now, this is mostly of her doing,
yes.
but her trial has yet to go through. Now, I'm almost thinking that the judge should, if he ever wants to get this done, try her in absentia with a
Mm-hmm.
lawyer because her being there, it just makes it all the stupid. She's going all the dumb. She'll
Mm-hmm.
be, excuse me, Your Honor, that is not correct in the middle of opening statement. It was
Yes.
unintentional.
She is the Karen of trials. But she's got nothing to lose. That's why people like will do that kind of crap. Whenever you've got nothing to lose, you'll try anything. Well, that was the other
Yeah.
thing that I didn't notice until they were trying to figure out the jury instructions. There was something that was brought up because in Kenosha, Daryl Brooks happened around this time, like right before
Oh,
this.
yes.
And in the closing in the jury instructions, they wanted to bring that in was, the recent events in Kenosha haven't affected you whatsoever. And it's like Judge Borowski is like, no, that is not being put in there. I am not
Yeah, that
agreeing
was
to that.
stupid.
Like this has nothing to do. This bears no relevance on this case whatsoever. And that's you take that crap out of here right now. He was like,
Yeah.
enough of the defense is bullshit is what he was saying to him.
Yeah, I mean, and that's basically what I'm seeing, and that's why I'm going back and I'm reading the Scott Peterson, kind of case file that they have, because I wasn't into trials. I do know now that you can put a lot of political things or the state will shade things. Now, I
Uh-huh.
will say in the first, 30 pages, he is guilty of being a giant dick canoe, and I don't know what he oozes that very surface level, oily charm that makes me want to run away. I I'm like,
Yeah.
"How did women find you attractive?" I'm over here like a dog trying to do algebra. I'm like,
Yeah. Huh?
"Oh."
Looking like the
It's like that
RCA dog.
magic those magic, posters, and you're like, "Okay, if I cross my eyes and look into the distance, I can see a squirrel."
Oh my God, Crime Spies! Congrats for being a good mama and congratulations on their hard work, Zach. My son graduated in 21. All the birdies are leaving the nest. Oh, that's
Okay,
and that
crime spies, you need to get big dogs and then tell them they can't come home.
yeah yeah big smelly dogs. I always thought it was the burglars across the street.
It
Oh
I'm trying to keep an open mind as far as I would charge him guilty of being a terrible effing human being, but I'm waiting for them to bring all the evidence since they do if you look at the 337 pages, they break down everything. They basically put the entire case through with citations from the actual cases.
yeah.
So, I'm not to where I would pronounce him guilty of the unaliving, but he is guilty of being a horrible human.
Oh yeah. We're dealing with this. Like one step above sob citizen right now. That's something that should been going on since 21. And she claims that she's filed an appeal, but we've yet to see it. So every morning up until I think it is the 10th of June, I've got to be looking every morning to see if she's filed anything because we don't want to miss the 10-day deadline. So she has, I think it's 30 days, which ends on June 10th to file an appeal. which she's claimed she's done. And if the Court of Appeals denies her appeal, placing the appeal, then we can move forward. But we have 10 days to respond from the time that she files it, and we more than likely will file it almost immediately. Like
Well, you
within
already have it.
we already have the basics of it, but we won't know until whatever appeal she files. Like
Yeah.
if we've seen the other file, this lady has filed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 appeals in the past I don't know, 10, 15 years, something like that, and all of them have been denied. Like they won't even look
Yeah.
at them. They consider them frivolous, and like people don't understand what it means to, there's no grounds in which anything can be really, there's no relief that can be given. They
That-
tend to, yeah, but it's my home. But that's not relief. Relief can't be granted because that has nothing to do with it. It just because it's your home doesn't. That's not. That's
Well,
not what
she
that
has the
means.
Sarah Boone thing, which is I have figured out in my mind how I'm not guilty or how this just is a fact. It's a base fact on which she builds her entire foundation. I was giggling because I could just see you guys for the, response, just a little gif of Joe Pesci from My Cousin Vinny. Everything that guy said was bullshit.
Bullshit. It is like 120 pages that I had to go to the clerk's office because she's been filing documents and doesn't send out as you're supposed to service the documents. Here's the way that she sends service. I'll just use this as an example. She takes a picture of a portion of it and then emails that picture. Like, so you've got some words there. Okay, what are you sending me? And then she goes, "We'll consider this service."
God bless the weirdos because they, like closed captionings, bring the hilarity and the weirdness.
Well, the
Unfortunately, when
worst
you have to
part
deal with the weirdness,
was she knows what proper service is because she got all pissy because she didn't receive proper notice of the court saying you have to be in court on X, Y, or Z day. Okay. First of all, the clerk, they mail it to the address that you've provided. They'll also, on some cases, like whenever we file something, her email address is included in that. So our court filing system will send out an email to all parties that have their name on that email. It could be the judge, it could be judge's staff, it could be the attorney or prior attorneys or any attorney that she's put in there. It could be Mo in the Deep End's Gmail address if that was included in that kind of filing, and then Mo would be
yeah.
getting that filing come showing up in her email box. And whether she opens it up or not does not matter. It was sent by the court. Proper service was taken care of as it's notated. And there's certain codes that they have that notate all that stuff. She's never once perfected service or given notice of any side once. She calls up or sends like random emails. I wonder what the last email was. It was just horrible. It was like,
Oh no.
talking about suing her attorney for $1 million, and, she's going after the judge for bias and all this other kind of crap. Like we were collaborating with her counsel. It's like, I don't understand what you mean. Yeah, it's stupid. And
Yeah, well, it's just like sovereign citizens. This is their base foundation of what they believe, and they've built everything else. And it is a scary thing to have your mental foundations challenged. So rather than do that, I'm gonna hold on to them and quadruple down.
yeah, like I'm not doing anything but arguing facts that are not in evidence.
I
Because,
do hear that.
even the judge gave her an opportunity and said, "Hey, because her thing was, well, they didn't give me an opportunity to do the buyback on it." It was like, well, it's not our responsibility, never has been, for us to schedule the closing. It is your responsibility, and it was made very clear. If it wasn't made clear to you, it's being made very clear right now that at the end of 30 days, you have to submit funds. Like, once you submit those funds, the funds that are currently in the court, so you have a remaining amount. So it was with the clerk. Clerk had this amount,
Okay.
and what they did at the end of whenever the appeal was denied by the appeals court on our behalf, we had filed an appeal. It was denied. She had 30 days. Well, she was given about 45 days, and now it's like up to 60 or 90 or some crap like that. I mean, it's really like flown by. So she she had a certain amount of time to render funds. Now there was a remainder of funds that was not in the clerk's hands. That all she had to do was write a check, show up, hand that check. We would have had to accept it, and then we would have had to make sure that we did all the paperwork to get the deed signed back over to her. That's all she had to do. She could have scheduled a time, she could have called, she could have shown up at the offices. We would have been required by law to take that check. We couldn't have just not shown up and said we never saw a check, we never did anything. No,
Yeah.
she made no attempt whatsoever. Instead, she filed something that she wanted a 180-day extension all the way until October to come up with funds.
Mm. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a hard thing when people, are losing a house. I've been there.
Yeah.
It's not a great feeling, especially when other things are going on. But if you want to reverse that, I mean, you're basically given almost a year where payments aren't being made before they foreclose, and then
Right.
some banks are willing to work with you. So if you're not willing to be proactive, yeah, it's a sad thing, but there were steps you could have taken.
Right.
Uh,
And then once it was trying to get her out of the place, it's been 4 years, going on 4 years now, that she's had every opportunity in those 4 years to get that money, get it set aside. She's failed to do anything, just file frivolous shit within the court system. I mean, the thing about doing the because whenever we filed our appeal, it was just the filing portion of it was in the thousands of dollars. Okay. And the reason it was in thousands of dollars is because of all the documents that she filed that mean nothing. Like, here's an example. One of her exhibits was to file all of the prior motions with her personal handwriting on it, like at the end of the page. Like,
Okay.
so imagine I don't have a stack here anymore. Imagine a stack of pages, and all it was the agreement that she agreed to, that she signed off on, her lease agreement or whatever agreement that it was, the closing documents. So the closing documents, you got 60, 70 pages, sometimes, 100 pages. She would take all of those closing documents and file them. And then at the very last page, she would have some handwritten note like, and here's where the fraud was committed. I don't know what this is. Like, what am I looking at here? I've got these documents, and now you just have some sort of opinion. I mean, I don't understand what you're doing. But she would do this every time that she would file something. And there was filings where she would include prior filings. So you've got 120 pages of documents where she handwritten something, and then she'll file it as a response with another 120 pages.
Oh, Lord.
It was like, okay, this is stupid, ridiculous.
Yeah, and it's not a great situation, but you have time if you need to remedy it. or if you can't remedy it, to look at other situations.
Hmm.
So it is a sucky situation, and I'm sure
Oh
she
yeah.
is just like, but it's my house, and that's just the foundation she's going to stick with until the deputies, put all her stuff outside and she has nowhere to go. And instead of making the good out of a bad situation, finding a new place to go, she's going to look at herself as a victim and like, they did this to me instead of I could have done
Yes.
something better.
Yes. She could have not been such an idiot.
And I
Well,
mean, and I feel bad for her. I mean, I do honestly feel bad for her that she's losing her home, but there comes a point where, you've taken everyone's goodwill. Like
yeah.
you've eliminated everyone's goodwill. You have children there that are trying to help you out, but you're not helping yourself out. Like instead of like you said, remedying the situation, you're just digging the hole deeper and deeper in some futile attempt at saving your home. It's just like you're it's just
Well, yeah, um, people forget, and we all tend to forget that a home, the stuff that we've got are just things. The
yes,
important things in our family are our people, are our friends. And yeah, it sucks all the jackass that you have to move. But you still have children.
hmm,
You still have people that are willing to help you, but this also punishes the people that have done a good job, have,
yes,
made their payments faithfully, and then because of this great liability that the banks take on with, giving loans to people that maybe don't deserve the amount of loan that
yeah.
they got, it punishes the rest of us because now all of that is a housing, bubble, and the people who have done the right thing, those of us who buy the great value stuff instead of, Duke's mayonnaise. I,
Well,
well,
and
my
before
husband,
before he stepped in, she had what was it, $5,000 worth of HOA fines. Seven
oh my
thousand
God,
is gone. It is almost to $8,000 worth of HOA
holy
fines.
shit.
She didn't pay her taxes on it. The new owner, our client, is the one that paid taxes on it and has paid taxes on it for the past 3 years because his name is on the deed. He owns the property. Like she signed the property over to him. It's
Okay,
sort of like
I
this
don't,
thing with Graceland.
oh yeah.
So you heard about that. Well,
Well, topically, I was listening to Styx and he was talking about it, but I haven't read about it myself. But
Graceland
look,
is a
you
real screwed up situation. I mean, that
problem.
one that is me claiming that someone took out a loan and getting forging a another state, like going to another state and forging a notary's stamp and using that as verification that they watched this being signed off on. They didn't realize that the notary was they contacted the notary because you could do that, and the notary was like, I've never met Miss Presley. This is my signature,
Yeah.
but I've never seen this paperwork
Oh,
before.
wow.
Yeah, and this company doesn't exist they exist and that they've made some sort of claim and they put it into collections. They're foreclosing on it, but it the company isn't registered in any state, never has been registered in any state.
This okay. I
And yeah,
the the things that scare me are title theft because holy fazolies does that scare me, and and this kind of stuff. I mean, we had a hard time finding a house for our family, and there was one place that I Mr. Mo was being so positive, and I was like, "We are not." It was a very beautiful, elegant downtown, old house that they'd kind of made into apartments.
right.
And Mr. Mo was being really positive. We got to meet all the weird tenants who I'm sure we would never have gotten out. And I was looking at, I mean, he is being super positive and saying, "Oh, we could do this." I get out to the car and I'm like, we are not buying this crack den. And he's like, no, I was just being nice while we were around the weird people.
Like I didn't want to get shanked.
Pretty much. Because the more he kept saying, the more I was like, okay, well, I don't know where I'm living if he's living here. I mean, they're like cigarette holes. I mean, just imagine every single, squatter's situation. I was just like, okay, so which one of you is buying all the Sudafed?
Oh, well, there's a building that the county has asked us to sort of take control of, and they're wanting to put it in basically into our possession. It's a building that they want to tear down, and it's gone tax delinquent. It's an old hotel that whenever they talked to us, they said, yeah, we actually had a police officer that was shot at over there. Just basically trying to go in and clear these people out because it's full of squatters and it's just turned into one big drug den, and the owners are, not paying taxes on it and sort of giving up because it's overrun, and they're just like, and it's an eyesore, and can you please just help? Anything that you can do. And it's just like, yeah, if you guys can clear everyone out of there and have demo crews to come along behind it, yeah, we can take control of the dirt, but we are no way, shape, or form going to be handling trying to get squatters out. That's not what we do. Like, no. We've already had to deal with one of those, and it was somebody that tried squatting in one of our places and found out real quick that, yeah, it's criminal trespass, and there is no squatter rights in this case. You basically walked into a building and tried to make some sort of claim, and we've got all the documents. Like, there's nothing that you can do to justify being in this building, or putting locks on the doors or any crap like that, or putting doors on it because it didn't have any. Like, put a fence around it. That fence is yours. That fence is ours now.
Yeah, it's not
Like,
your property.
it never was. Just because you moved on to it doesn't mean anything. Yeah, we
This is
moved
not
him.
far and away with Tom Cruise and the most ridiculous Irish accent I have ever heard in my entire life. You don't get to put like a little flag with gingham on it, and
Or you better yet,
Ours.
what was it, the Pacific Heights with Batman, the guy Keaton, where he basically moved in, started renting it, and then like proceeded to, take over the place and almost own the house, like out from underneath him. Like, there's people that will do that kind of stuff. Like, oh, we didn't do a background check on him. Oh no, he's got a history of doing this. He doesn't even live there. He's just called it his residence, and he's making it absolute hell on you, like remodeling and 2 o'clock in the
Oh,
morning,
yeah.
releasing roaches in the place so he can have infestation,
God.
and oh yeah, it was, that Pacific Heights was the worst possible situation that you could ever run into of somebody squatting.
We had one renter, Mr. Mo's house before we got together, and you shouldn't add your landlord as a friend on Facebook if you're going to tell your landlord that you're short on money, and then you show videos of you going to Disney World.
Yeah, not a good idea.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I had a roommate back in the day. We lived in a place that I initially had talked to somebody, and they're just like, "Hey, go talk to this girl. She's got a room that they'll her and her boyfriend will rent out." And I was just like, "Oh, cool. I need a place to stay." Talk with them. They set me up, like, move in, and I was in like no problem. I can afford this, and moved in. Cool chick, cool roommate. Well, and little did I know that he was starting to get into the crack pipe. Nothing like an Irishman hitting a crack pipe. It's quite hilarious.
if not to say nonetheless. Not in a good
You
way
know,
either.
I haven't seen that World Wonder yet. I'm gonna hard pass on it. I'd rather see. I'll just look at the portal if they reopen it to
Oh
double.
yeah. Yes.
Why
So
you would
he
put that portal up right next to a bunch of bars and like where all the people get drunk?
I love it. I love it. I thought the portal was pretty damn awesome.
It was.
I mean, come on.
I mean, some guy showing New York 9/11 pictures, another chick showing her boobs. I mean, it just, what did you expect?
Yes. Yes. Did you see the teary breakdowns after that?
No, I
Oh
didn't.
my God, I'll see if I've still got it, because that was glorious. The breakdowns and the tears that were shed that day,
Oh, for the love of God.
that they had to shut it down. It was the most funniest thing that I've ever seen in my entire life. Oh, where is the hell is it? Yeah, whenever I saw it, I was like, this is so good. Like, the tears were real. Oh, where is it?
I'm trying to find that high school valedictorian. I'm trying to find his speech, just his speech, and not the newscast of it,
Oh,
because
gotcha.
local news stations are super pissed off when you use them.
Yeah. Yeah, the news stations do not like uh do not like you.
Yes.
They're not your friends.
No, they aren't. But I just wish YouTube would level the playing field, so if a newscast is allowed to say certain words, I it is weird to me that I have to make like little language creoles in order to not, be, you know, on the naughty list.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to be on naughty lists.
Yeah.
They've got me on the naughty list though, I'm sure.
Hey, a Frank from the FBI that has to watch me. Sorry, I'm not super, interesting today.
Well, you are super interesting. I think you're super interesting.
Oh, yeah, it's just, you know, the poor guy that's just assigned to me is like, well, we find that she has a lot of wigs. But did she buy a Bible this 6 months?
Did she?
No, she says she already has one.
Ah, this is so. This is not it, but this is pretty damn awesome. I got to share it. I can't play the music because I'm not sure it'll get me copyrighted. But this guy, right here.
I think his online dating thing is gonna really get him some chicks.
But you know who he is, right?
No.
Let's see. Make sure we.
Silverados are made out of thunderstorms, Bruce Lee movies, and big dicks. Chevy Silverados are built tough, tougher than Tech Sergeant Chris Robinson. Let's take a look under the motherfucking hood. All you gotta do is push this button. Chevys come standard, chock full of goodies. Chevys come with a Vortec engine, made out of real tornadoes. Difference between Chevy and Ford: Chevy owners get pussy. Ford owners get butt fucked by their Uncle Rick in a cabin in Gatlinburg. A lot. Why did I get a Chevy Silverado? That answer's simple. I don't suck dick. Ford is synonymous with big fucking piece of shit. Take the F and put it at the beginning. Take the B, turn it into an O. Take the P, turn it into an R. And take the S and turn it into a D. Is that a coincidence? I think not. Standard Ford will go for about 200,000 miles. Chevy Silverado, well, they go infinity miles. Chevy, I butt fucked your mom in one. You want to haul a heavy load? Get you a goddamn Chevy Silverado. You want to swallow a heavy load? Get you a Ford.
Oh my God, this guy is
That right there
hilarious.
is a Mary King. A Mary
Oh.
King. 10 years ago this month, he was a landscaper of 11 years. For that entire time, he only made $10 an hour. He often worked sun up to sundown. In the wintertime, he drove a snowplow. If it didn't snow, I didn't work. One Christmas, I had to do toys for tots so my kids had stuff under the tree. In my spare time, I made funny content on the internet and have been doing comedy on YouTube since 2007. One day, I set up my camera and convinced Ford owners they were gay. I got my first million views, and the rest is history. Thank you all for being good to me. Without you, there'd be no me. I pinch myself every day.
Aw.
Yeah, that's what he did.
Now
that
I feel weird that I have a Ford.
No.
But it's a 10-passenger van.
Did you see this? It's
Is that the
happening in
Lebanese? Oh,
No, India.
well.
a fireworks factory.
What are we Americans going to do for 4th of July? Or are we going to get our Husker do's and Husker don'ts?
That was 4th of July. A fireworks factory went up in India, and for 30 seconds, it just like
If someone doesn't have Freebird over that by the end of the day, what is America up to?
Well, this right here, this is what America's up to. Here, this is what America's up
To
to.
making marriage last over 65 years.
You know, treat her like a queen during the day and a porn star at night.
I can't believe you just said that. Oh my god. Ladies and gentlemen, my grandpa.
Oh, I can't wait to be old because I would say stuff like that all the time.
Exactly.
I mean, I am literally just waiting for my daughter to move into my, old folks' house with my 3 roommates. And I just want to say, kitten, listen, it was 1933 in Sicily. And just I want to solve all my problems with cheesecake. So I'm becoming a golden girl.
Or you could be like this.
The whole block, a guy driving a truck knocked down a whole bridge and the whole block, 4 lanes of the highway. We consecrated.
I figured that adrenochrome would make you at least semi-functional. Maybe they need to switch to Gelflings. I don't know.
But I here, for all you young men out there, I've found like the absolute perfect woman for you. Like, and I joke not. This is going to blow your mind away. Like that there's actually a woman out here like this. Like, Richard Morton. Well, I'll make it up to you, Roxanne. This lady right here is going to make it up to you. Okay, guys, this is wife material right here.
What I really don't understand is, like, anytime I tell someone I just want to be a stay-at-home wife or a stay-at-home mom, they look at me like I'm stupid. But, like, what is so wrong with wanting a husband to provide for you, and while he's at work, you're staying at the house, getting everything around the house done, so when he gets home, he can just relax, and you'll have quality time to spend together, versus both of us working, coming home, having to clean, having to cook, having to wash clothes, and by the time we're done with that, we just want to go to bed, and we won't be able to spend time together. Like, I just think it would be better if the wife stays home and the husband goes to work. But whatever. Everyone thinks that's not acceptable anymore for some reason.
You know what? I mean, I think that Pearl's going to be upset that she has cleavage, but that's the thing. The thing is not. I love how third wave feminism should be about women choosing, but as long as they don't choose, to stay home.
Right.
The big thing, and the thing that I hope that the younger generation learns, because women are starting to come out, is that biology is a fact. You have a limited and finite amount of fertile years. I am sorry that nature is that way. But, it's a reality. And most women are not happy in corporate America.
No.
I don't know why the kicker guy is getting such backlash, because you know what? I am working my ass off to raise, 6 good humans.
Yes.
That's a vocation for me. God gave me these kids.
Task. Yeah, and the thing is she's not saying that it's wrong for women to go out into the workforce and to work. It's just not what she wants. And that that anybody would sit there and call her bad about that. JW passing out.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yikes.
Deep breaths, brother. Deep breaths. Yeah, it's amazing to me that people miss that aspect of it. And I'm not saying that she's right or wrong. That's just what she wants to do.
Well, again, first wave feminism was about us getting the vote, which most women did not want to get into politics. No. It was a very small, think your Karens of old. And they definitely wanted women to get the vote before the free slaves did, because reasons. They wanted a $10, title fee on it. But from the beginning, feminists have wanted to be included in the perks, but not in the responsibilities. Because back then, if you voted, you had to be willing to muster for a posse or bucket crew. Women were like, not to that, but we would like, to be in. And most women didn't. Politics was considered a dirty, gross, disgusting game. Women were above that.
Like this.
Work was so tough today.
Oh, just sit down and relax. Tell me everything about it. My big, strong man. I'm making you food and we can have all night long shaboing.
Work was so tough today.
You think you had a bad day? You think you had a bad day? I've had raging anxiety all day today, and I'm so hungry. I haven't eaten anything yet today, and I'm on my period.
To be fair, there are some days where Mr. Mo is like, I am just exhausted from being in my office, which I get mentally exhausted. But when you have had to do 8 rounds of laundry, bus everyone to every appointment in God's name, and then, also try to figure out dinner with 3 people that are going to tell you, I wish we could just eat ramen noodles.
Yes.
That's how my Snap episode starts.
While men do this kind of stuff.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, somebody lost the clamp. Oh, man. This is gonna sound bad.
I can't show my voice this Oh my. That is one thing that you do learn as a wife, girlfriend, or something. Men are thinking about how glue does not get stuck to the inside of a bottle. The Roman Empire, or if you could light a fart on fire and use it as a defensive weapon, how would that be?
Or they could be like this guy right here.
We were in the middle of our tournament when my friend John said he found a body in the bushes over there. I ran over there because I'm a healing monk to try and help, but obviously my magic wasn't strong enough because The dude's body was missing a head, so my friend decided to try and use a necromancer spell, which didn't work, which I knew it wouldn't. And apparently we contaminated the
Oh my
crime
God, we
scene
need to get
because
this
that
man
spell
on.
uses a lot of glitter.
Oh my gosh, I am finding this man, and we are
We are dating.
this. No, well, no, but you know, I want to hear about how the glitter spells would help a decapitated corpse. This has to be a comedy. I mean,
No, it was on a news station.
oh God. Well, no, I mean, like when Alex Stein goes in and he puts on the
Yeah.
entire character. Please God, let it be that. Otherwise, parents, it's 9:30 a.m. and your boy child is in chainmail. What did you
Cosplay
do
gone
wrong?
wrong. Cosplay gone wrong. I love it.
That spell uses a lot of glitter, so we were just sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
It's
God
so
bless
bad.
you, reality, for giving us these little gems.
And that is really what it is about. They are the little gems that I enjoy so much. I don't think anybody has seen as many idiots as we have over the past 4 years, like, just come out of the woodwork. I mean, you always have like your
Yeah.
Florida man and crap like that, but
Well, but it is like I swear that the coof broke some people, because I mean 2024 started out with like laying big crazy big D energy on the table. He's like, y'all don't even have your bingo cards printed, and I have Hasidic gentlemen coming up out of the sewers in New York like Ninja Turtles.
what?
And then Ian Ziering Sharknado Man getting assaulted by mini bikers. I was like,
Yeah, these are things that you're not expecting. Your bingo card gets filled up really quick, like this guy. I mean, what kind of introduction could you have?
And speaking of idiots on the internet, hi everybody.
hello.
Oh my gosh, Ballstorm, brother, how are you doing?
Oh my gosh, I think I'm finally recovering.
You finally recovering from Dollywood?
Yeah, you know,
No.
finally from last week's week of debauchery.
Hey, that bread pudding she has there, I mean, that is, she did her cuppa recipe in Dollywood. I'm surprised all of you didn't need like those wheelchair assists out, because I would have eaten all of
my
it.
Gosh, I have yeah. Whatever diet I think I was on, I completely wrecked in like the first 2 days. Jeez.
But you had fun.
Absolutely. I mean,
you
had
guys-
a great time, got to meet in person, a lot of great people. So it was so much fun. So much
Oh,
fun.
dude. I mean, it was just watching like all the little videos coming out and all the folks hanging out, and just, the crew that was rolling in there. Had, Kaiser comes showing up. You've got Stephen Gosney, you got Expert,
know.
you got Volstrom, Dictionary Diva, Danielle. I mean, it was just like, really wish I was there.
I know
it was
it.
just
I know it. I'll tell you what, Steve was an absolute hoot. Steve Gosney was what's so funny is he, like, in person, like, on camera he looks like every other guy, like, but in person he looks like built.
Yeah.
I was
Oh,
like,
wow.
holy crap, dude. It's like, you got time for all that and your career?
Yeah.
What's that like?
Yeah, how is it like to be a functional adult and exercise? Because I is confused.
You and me both, Mo. You and me both.
How much will it take to get a bathrobed and hair curler dictionary diva on, or maybe a song about her?
Dude, she's at work. She don't have time for this.
She ain't got no time for that.
She ain't got no time for this. Hey, how do you think I afford my rock and roll lifestyle?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That is so true.
I was thinking lotto tickets and like velvet Jesus pictures on swap meets.
Now, I'm not against a good velvet Jesus picture, and I suck at the lottery, so I don't even try.
I can never pick the right 7 numbers.
Nope. No,
I have such social anxiety. I don't want to put people. I don't want people behind me being aggravated because I don't understand how the lottery works. So I just don't do it.
And thank God for that, because you go into a convenience store and there honestly should be a separate line for the people with the lotto tickets, because it's like, I'm just here to buy a Diet Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, I'm just here for the 80-year-old hot dog there that I'm hoping won't give me the T virus, and I would just like to be, because you got the guys that will scratch them up there, and I'm like, Cletus, move on over.
Well,
I just need to pay for my gas.
Well, and what's so funny is they have like a little machine, like a little reader. So I mean, you can buy the ticket, literally hand it over to the reader, and determine whether or not you've won without scratching off a damn thing.
Oh,
yeah.
But they get up there and it's like, okay, I'm going to buy 10 of those dollar scratch offs, and they pull their little coin out and they scratch it and they scratch. And it's like, dude, get out of the way. You've paid for what you paid for. I'm trying to get the hell out of here.
Yeah. Go out in the parking lot and scratch the thing off.
Right. Go to your beat up little Chevrolet Silverado. Just go hop in it and scratch out your lotto ticket.
See, and I was picturing a Dodge Neon, so.
Well, that'll work too. That's usually what it is, actually.
Yeah, Dodge Neon, and it's got the steelies on it.
But I like it when they add, but it's got the fin on the back for extra, aerodynamic speed, and you're like, it's a Dodge Neon.
It goes so much faster with the fin, though, Mo. It goes so much faster.
In one of the parts of my college, first college dropout career that I am embarrassed about, my roommate, her boyfriend was in a Dodge Neon car club. Now,
what?
Yeah. Seeing how fast they could go. And it's a good thing that I don't know anything about cars, because looking back, I'm like, that's kind of like an Edsel drive-off.
Yeah, exactly.
We're having a Pinto death match.
Imagine putting all of your money and your effort into trying to make a Dodge Neon some sort of race car.
Well, there was a group of them down near the Evansville, Kentucky border. So if you need a tribe to join, I'm not sure if it's still there, but you could find a Dodge Neon car club.
Nah, I'll stick to buying regular cars like an adult.
So I have a question for you, Fallstorm. What kind of music does Diva like?
Diva likes a wide variety of music, just like I do, but we'll say for today's proceedings, a little bit of bluegrass. Let's go with that.
Bluegrass. Because we want to make her a song.
There you go.
In style of bluegrass. And what I did was create this little thing right here. I'm going to share this tab. And this is for you, Zach, with that wonderful super chat. How much will it take to get a bathrobed and hair curl dictionary diva on, or maybe a song about her?
You come on the stream one time at a bathrobe and curlers just to make a joke, and everybody thinks that's your lifestyle.
Hey, it's because we're all jealous. We're all jealous.
Exactly.
Because the one moment I get in curlers and a bathrobe, that's when a twister is gonna come around town and the local news is gonna come to me, and I'm gonna be like, "Lurleen still has my Tupperware. I hope her house did not get burnt down or blown down because she still has my good Tupperware."
And I'll tell you what,
And
I'm
pray
not
for
going
them
to,
all, bless their hearts.
I ain't going to the next county to look for that Tupperware lid neither.
She's just gonna have to buy me a whole new set. I know
That's
she don't
right.
have no house anymore, but I mean, I did lend her that with my casserole. You know what? I will be Christian. I'm gonna send her a casserole, but it's gonna be in a full pan from now on.
There we go. Let's do it.
Talking on my banjo, picking out a tune, sitting by the window underneath the moon. Got my robe and curlers, feeling like a queen, singing all the words just like the dictionary machine.
Yes.
Whiskey my coffee, lyrics on my mind. Fiddling with the words, they come easy to find. I'm a dictionary diva, spitting rhymes so fast that robe and curls of bluegrass blast. Strolling down the river with my dictionary in hand, from A to Z, I'm the wordplay command. Grammar is my vowels on my mind. I'm the queen of language, stringing words just right.
I hope this is a female voice.
Yeah.
That'd be better.
A man singing he's a dictionary diva. It is 2024. I'm not assuming his gender.
Okay.
Is this just an instrumental?
I don't know why.
Yeah, this is just an instrumental.
I don't know why. That was horrible. Sassy lexicon. Why are they calling her a lexicon?
You did what in this cup?
Don't know.
Sitting pretty in my bathrobe, sipping on my tea.
That's
Curls in my hair. Sitting pretty in my bathrobe, sipping on hot tea with curls in my hair. I'm the diva of the dictionary.
That sounds like a dude.
It is a dude.
It does sound like a dude.
The one before that sounded like a
Sitting
chick.
pretty in my bathrobe, sipping on my tea.
That sounds
Curls
good.
in my hair, I'm the diva of the dictionary. I stream with style, words flowing like a river. I'm the queen of bluegrass, y'all. I make your heart shiver. In this harmonious world of language, I hold the crown with every note I sing. I bring words to life, no need to frown. I'll serenade you with vowels and consonants all day long. I'm the dictionary diva with a voice that's strong.
Oh my god, make it in the Schoolhouse Rock style. The conjunction junction, what's your function? I'm the diva, I'll tell you.
I love that. I absolutely love that.
I still like the first one also. That was the lexicon queen.
I like the first one
It's
if it
just
wasn't a dude.
Yeah, yeah. But again,
it's-
it's 2024.
Well, and here's what I can do. Like, so I can get this one with female vocals. Let's give it a try. This is a good one. The second one is awesome too, but this one here, there's a way to do this. Reuse prompt. So basically it ends up with that, and we just need to add this in here. Female vocals. There we go. And create. We'll call it Lexicon Queen. Oh my God. Oh my God. I've never heard a song line end with consonants.
With vowels and consonants.
That's the longest iteration I've ever heard of that word.
I know.
Strumming on my banjo, picking out a tune. Sitting by the window underneath the moon. Got my robe and colors, feeling like a queen. Singing all the words, just like a dictionary machine. Whiskey in my coffee, lyrics on my mind. Fiddling with the words, they come easy to find.
Get the Dixie Chicks on this. We've got a single.
I'm so fast.
I'm telling you.
In my bathrobe and colors, a bluegrass blast track.
Your ass.
I'm on my banjo, picking out a tune, sitting by the window.
I like this one.
The moon got my robe and colors, feeling like the queen, singing all the words just like a dictionary machine.
It's got better flow to
Whiskey
it.
in my coffee, lyrics on my mind, fit the words, they come easy to find. I'm a dictionary diva, spitting rhymes so fast in my bathrobe and curlers, a bluegrass flag. Strolling down the river with my dictionary in hand, from A to Z, I'm the wordplay command.
Oh yeah.
Grammar is my armor, vowels are my light, I'm the queen of language, stringing words just right.
All right, we got that one. And that one. And I'm still going to use this one because it's hilarious.
Hey, Jessica.
Oh my God, yes. Jessica Kruger, how you doing? Literally taking off right now for Vegas. Have a grateful day.
Ooh, yeah,
You have a
fun
good
there.
time, Jessica. So glad you could swing on by. Heading for Vegas, man, that sounds like fun. What's going on in Vegas? Is there some sort of like convention going on?
Dude, there's always something going on in Vegas.
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah, so we got our songs for today, and those will be uploaded later on today. And of course, I'll link in Dictionary Diva on all three.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Oh my goodness.
So, what do you got going on today, Mo? Are you going to be back over with Megan Fox?
I'm not sure if she puts out one. I will be working on parts 2 and 3 of the Scott Peterson state's rebuttal. You know, they basically put a 337 nah, you're guilty sort of thing out for Scott Peterson. Because he and the Innocence Project want to test DNA to and possibly OJ's glove again to try to get him out of prison.
Oh dear Lord.
And they're just like, nah, you're guilty.
Nah.
We ain't letting you out.
Yeah, they're like, here's 337 pages of reading about what we went through over the trial and everything else. And I wanted to check it out because I wasn't really paying attention to trials then. So I wanted to kind of see where I came up with it, you know, how I felt the state's evidence was and things like that. He's guilty of being the douchiest douche who ever douched. I mean, if John Hughes was making a new movie, his dad owned the ski lodge. Like he is
yes.
He has resting douche face, and I don't know why anyone was attracted to him. I need Robert Stack on that unsolved mystery.
It was the 80s. I
Well,
mean,
but it was
come
the
on.
early 90s.
Well, they met in the early 80s, right? Or late 80s.
They met in the 90s, I think, when they were both in college.
Oh, okay. But you know, he had muscles. You know, she was like, "Oh,
yeah,
look,
but you still have to look at that face, that oily, greasy bohunk face."
bohunk face."
Hey, no, some women like that, you know.
Yeah, some women do.
Look, I'm okay.
Look,
Well,
look,
then
I got
y'all saw
married.
the ride and bought a ticket. You knew he had resting douche face. Do not come to me when he fulfills the prophecy of being a douche canoe. Okay.
Hey, Mo, alcohol brings a lot of people together. I'm just saying.
Yes.
Yeah, 4 of my 5 kids. I've got margarita, old fashioned, Boone's Farm,
Lamangelo, Arangelo.
Mad Dog 2020. I mean,
Yeah. Well, Mad Dog 2020, that was the first one.
Yeah. Boone's Farm. Why am I named Boone? Because of Boone's Farm, honey.
Boone's Farm, honey.
I'll explain it one day.
Listen, Strawberry Fields. Don't talk to me. Don't talk back to me. That is an elegant name. At least I didn't name you fancy, okay? I could have gone Reba on your ass.
Hey, Franzia, you put your baby sister back in there, okay?
You put Tangeray back in the crib, all right?
And whatever you do, leave Fanta alone.
Yeah, Fantasy is sleeping right now. VSOP is in the room doing chores, so y'all need to be quiet.
Don't ask about vodka and Coke. They are a little slow. Vodka grape juice. Sorry.
Oh. Now y'all have given me an idea for a Qualis and all of his siblings.
Thunderbird, get your ass over here.
We'll take it right back over.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I am so disappointed that I'm going to be out of town this Sunday. You know that, Ballstorm, because I miss it.
I know. But hey, you got to do what you got to do.
Hey, it's life. It's life. I mean, I could have done one this Sunday, but I knew that you and Diva were probably going to be exhausted. Iser was exhausted, and you had it's just like
there was no way I could have done one last Sunday. There was no
no. I mean, I think I sent you a message, and the response I got was a question mark. Like, are you crazy? Like, I don't even have time. I don't even have time to answer you. I'm just gonna send you a question mark. Like,
it's like, dude, I don't even know where I am right now. You kidding me?
Bill Gates, instead of making fake meat and disgusting us with your man boobs, could you possibly, with your computer technology skills, come up with a sarcasm font? I mean, it can be Comic Sans because that is but I need a sarcasm font, just like, look, I'm being serious here because my husband doesn't get sarcasm all the time on the text. So
whenever
do you get replies back like, what do you mean by that?
Well, when he doesn't, I usually send him the picture of Nancy Pelosi in her swimsuit.
Oh,
so I'm not a good.
Poor guy. Poor guy.
Man.
I did it so much. Sal gave me a mug because this is the picture I sent him. Just randomly. Those are 40-year-old boobs on an 800-year-old woman. I don't know. I'm just saying, look for bodies without boobs. I'm
putting boobs on the Crypt Keeper.
just say no to Sausage Fest. Go see Yamaha. What is up, brother? And Yamaha did a stream on Sunday.
I know. I saw that. I didn't get a chance to catch it live, but I was like, oh, cool. He's live.
Well, because I was streaming on Sunday. I had gotten back and, I just threw it out there like, come on, hang out for a little bit. I don't know what I'm doing. Just something, anything. And so whenever I was finished up, I was like, well, who in the hell is streaming on Sunday night? And guess who was streaming? Yamaha. I was like, well, there we go. That's the place to send everyone.
Shizzy, if it wasn't for the fact that the story is already written before we got there, we wouldn't know what the hell we're doing either.
No, we never do.
I gotta have material to work with.
Yes.
I'll do it live. Just Bill O'Reilly it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Fine, I'll do it live.
I mean, the story that we have coming up is. Oh, by the way, Mo, I loved your song, Dingus Murder Mittens.
Well, his name was going to be Wilfred, but my boys can't say it. So I was just like, his name is Dingus Murder Mittens. Just
Oh,
Dingus Murder Mittens.
what
he
did
has
we?
learned the high ground though. He gets on top of things and then bats at the other cats. And I'm like, sir, you are not bigger than them for now.
Well, maybe you should have called him Obi-Wan Kenobi then.
My kids wouldn't have got that. That's the sad thing. They don't want to sit down and watch Star Wars.
That's bad parenting then. If they didn't understand that
I know.
reference.
I tried. Look, when I tried to have them listen to Live Aid, Under Pressure came on and they're like, Vanilla Ice. I'm like, get out of the car. Get out of you're walking.
But
home.
we're going 60, Mom.
I
It's
blame
okay.
myself.
Don't care.
I blame myself, but get out the car.
Yeah, because this next, not this Sunday, but the following Sunday is Aliens Meet Earthlings, Mary Had a Little Lamb, Brokeback Mountain Goats probing Eurovision Song Contest in San Francisco in the 60s.
Oh my gosh, I'd forgotten all that.
Oh yeah, no, I there's a reason why I keep notes.
Yeah.
There's a
Good call.
reason
Good call.
I keep notes, because if not, then it ends up being like something about Brokeback Mountain Goats meeting aliens in the 60s while they're trying to do a music festival.
That's not a bad idea either.
It's not. Oh man,
bad idea.
I'm looking forward to catching up with Expert. I haven't talked to him since the all the Dollywood stuff. And Danielle, I haven't talked with her either. I haven't talked with Mustard and Biscuits. I haven't. Did I catch up with Kaiser? I think I caught up with Kaiser. God, this past week has been like I'm off kilter. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deliverance is Brokeback River when you think about it, with Struggle Snuggles.
So when I was out with my mom, she did not realize that the Airbnb that she and my aunt had rented was smack dab in the middle of Deliverance. Now, she was scared when we went to this gas station. I was just so proud Banjo Boy had learned to put on shoes. And my mom was like, well, do you want to stop anywhere before we leave this area? I was like, can we please go back to Deliverance, the gas station? And she's like, how did I even? I was like, I thought that was funny. She's like, no, we lock our doors. I was like, Mom, I would just want to know how Banjo Boy learned to put shoes on, and I'll be right out.
Look, I guarantee you're safer at that gas station than you are in a lot of other parts of this country.
Yeah.
I mean, Banjo Boy noticed my lidocaine patch. He's like, oh, you hurt your leg. I'm like, Mom, he's noticing things and that kind of stuff. I want to learn when he's running for Senate.
Yeah.
See, here's the dirty little secret about the South. We try to come off as dumb to all you outsiders because we want you to leave us the hell alone.
Exactly.
Hey, I was born
But we're
just
not.
below the Mason-Dixon line, so I will be moving back, but y'all have heat and humidity. Can we make a South like in Vermont where I'm not going to sweat?
No. As a matter of fact, Baker had told me himself, he goes, after being here, I understand why y'all have air conditioning.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, dude. And it wasn't even that bad. Like, it's worse.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
since he left, the humidity's been like 10 times worse.
Yes. He's like, I don't understand why you have that. Yeah, this is why we have it. It feels
this
good.
is why we have air conditioning. Yes.
Yes. What was it? Damn it. It slipped my mind for a second there. It'll come back to me. All I have to do is read chat. Oh, he says I am from JK says I'm from such a hick town that I thought Deliverance was a documentary. But here's the worst part about it. You know, if you watch the movie, you can understand why they have him squealing like a pig. All you have to do is just look at Burt Reynolds' outfit.
Yeah.
To be fair, yeah, the booty shorts, I may or may not have photographic evidence of my father's military issued shorty shorts that I still need therapy for.
And I'm sorry, but
he was dressed like someone from the Village People.
Well, Burt Reynolds without a mustache just looks so weird.
Yeah. Well, that's why he couldn't do Superman.
Yeah.
It's the mustache on its face again, or it gets the poke. It puts the mustache on its face again, or it becomes the girl again.
Yeah.
That's what we need. We need Silence of the Lambs and Deliverance mashup. Clarice,
Yes.
Oh dear Lord.
where is your husband? Does he have a mustache? Have the banjo boys stop screaming?
Oh my gosh, you're giving me an idea for our next one.
Mr. Mo hates that movie, and I love it. So,
And oh my gosh, Deliverance and Silence of the Lambs. Of the
Silence of
Lambs.
the Gators.
Lambs.
I remember watching that movie on TV when I was a kid. I was always worried something was going to come out of the toilet.
Were you?
Arachnophobia has ruined me. I look for weird spiders that were carried on my bananas before I sit down. Because you know what? You're not going to get me arachnophobia.
Mm-hmm.
Arachnophobia, did that one really bother you?
Look, I was a suggestible child, and they showed these bananas carrying these like deadly spiders that no one listened to. You sit on your toilet, one place you can get peace in your house, and you get bit by a freaking death spider. I'm just, no.
And Mo may or may not have turned into a suggestible adult, which explains the 6 kids.
Yes.
It was all my arachnophobia. The guy was like, I'll kill a spider for you. And I was like, well,
baby.
Come on over here.
well
big
now.
boy.
on.
It's my love language.
And if you're a snake, you know never to approach a Florida man.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Let's go!
Dude! You got tape on you? I know you carry tape.
Where is his Leatherman?
Get this off. Yep.
Well, I think they're trying to keep it alive. Why, I don't know.
Oh, why would you
Yeah,
keep it
that's-
alive? I mean, that's flamethrower.
That's probably like critter rescue or something. You know, it's It's not like what
Oh.
I do where I was like, oh, snake, shotgun.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like, look, because some people will be like, look at their head, make sure they're not you can let them go. I'm like, they don't have a head no more.
I don't care. I don't need defining characteristics when I'm just gonna, pew
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Look at my belt and see if I care about critters.
I'm getting a varmint hole puncher.
Exactly.
I honestly, I'm
was
getting,
it Mo? Was it Mo calls it a force multiplier?
Yeah, force multiplier. Yeah, this one is for varmints only, though. I mean, it is because they are quick little buggers, and they tearing everything up in our garden. And wife was just like, hey, can you get something for this? I was like, yeah, sure. And then I'm like, okay, that one sucks. I'm not gonna sit here and do this whole pump thing up, and I'm not gonna sit there and try to like load a single little shot and crack this thing open and load one in there, and hopefully I you got to get it on the first shot, and it's gonna be
Okay,
really loud,
Shizzy.
and the neighbor's gonna be mad.
If you come to me with an eye patch and say that an icicle fell in your eye,
Shoot your eye out, kid.
Oh no! This thing is it will definitely be punching some holes. The one that I'm getting, it is a single little bolt action and it's got a little feed in
There you
there
go.
that'll load what 10 rounds, something like that in there, and
Ooh.
it will at 50 meters, it'll just boom. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be sweet. Like, because I only have like 5.
We need to get Shizzy to do the taxidermy though. I need squirrels as Star Wars figures. It's a joint project. They're soulless dead eyes in Jedi robes.
Need them in Jedi robes. You need one dressed as Han Solo with the little vest.
One dressed as a hunter just for pure irony, like those people that put the deer and make the deer's leg hold the firearm that killed it. Although because of my vendetta with deer, I will have that in my house.
Oh, there's a girl that is a friend of ours. I think she does a whole bunch of food blogs now. See if I can pull. I think she does something on Instagram or something like that. And she has a chipmunk that was coming around during all the lockdowns. And
cool.
as he was coming around, she was like feeding him nuts, and because she was like doing, before all of the lockdowns, she was doing these food blogs, and it sort of took that away from her. So what she did is she started setting up like a little picnic table and like having the nuts there, and then the chipmunk would come up and sit down on the table and eat the nuts. And he would come by every day, and she would just film him. And then she started making like little pottery and little Coke cups and stuff like that, and little drinks, and having like this whole spread of different nuts out on the table. And the squirrel would come up and eat, and she would film it. His name was Thelonious Monk. Chipmunk.
Dude, I got one even better. So we've got a guy around the University of Tennessee campus. He's got a squirrel, and he will put little outfits on it. Like he'll put a little football jersey and a helmet on it. And he goes around all over campus, and especially to the tailgates, with this squirrel. And people are just dying to get a picture with this thing.
Yep.
It is hilarious.
It is so awesome. So awesome.
I have to go, guys. Mr. Mo has said there's a problem with not the deconstruction, the tear out of something. I don't know what I'm going to do to help but apparently moral support.
Give him a bigger hammer. Just walk in there and go, you said something needs to be deconstructed. Here you go.
Well, thanks for having me on. I will be on for my 9, but I'm going to go check out what's wrong. Bye, guys.
Good luck, Mo.
Bye, Mo. See you soon. She's so awesome.
I know it.
Oh my gosh. Like, the world needs more Mo's.
Yeah, they do. Mo in the deep end for president.
Yes. Most definitely mowing the deep end for president.
Hand jobs for everybody.
Yes, hand jobs for everybody. And whenever I'm done here today, that's where I'm going to be sending everybody. What do you have going on this week? Are you and Diva doing any?
Oh my goodness. There's no telling. It's just kind of like getting back in the groove of things, and I'm sure we'll have FNL tomorrow night. So everybody stay tuned to that on the Experts channel.
Yeah, he can always send an invite. No guarantees, because I'll be in Florida at the time. So if I get on, it'll be for a very short period of time.
Boy, you're just a Southern world traveler these days, aren't you, man?
Yeah. We're going down for graduation. So
okay.
That's why. And we've got I think the graduation is going to be Tuesday, but the wife said, why don't we go down there early so we can spend a little bit of time, and we're not having to deal with other crap.
Smart.
Just leave out here either Friday. I think she said Friday because she was like, Thursday I don't want to do it. I'm like, that's cool, we can do it Friday. And so it might be early Friday. I might do a Friday morning stream. I don't know. Like tonight I'm taking my wife out on a date.
Good for you. What's that like?
Yeah.
I haven't we've talked about it, but I haven't been able to
break away.
Been able to pull it off. It's difficult these days. It's difficult.
You just do something that's small, like not really big, like your local pizza joint. I think that's what we're probably going to do. Just like a little pizza joint, and kick back and just something different. Oh yeah, FNL with the expert, absolutely. Absolutely. That is going to be a wonderful, wonderful time because you guys doing the live, you look like you had so much fun.
Oh, dude, I did. And of course I showed up late because I had other matters to attend to.
Real life.
So real life 3D world. So I got there like, about halfway through the stream and I'm like, "Oh dear Lord, I'm kind of glad I showed up late."
Well, they were having technical difficulties, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, what was so funny is when I was taking care of business, we'll say, I like pulled it up and I'm like, "Oh crap, it's frozen." But that had more to do with the Wi-Fi than it did anything else. So
Yeah. Looking back at it in hindsight, I was like, oh, I could have probably given some better advice to Expert. I just don't think he knew the questions to ask.
yeah, and that was the thing. I mean, look, anytime you do something for the first time, I know myself, anytime I do something the first time, I'm going to screw it up, but I learn so much that the second time it comes off flawless. So,
Oh yeah. Yeah. Cause I was watching, I was like, oh, I didn't realize how he was doing it like this. I was like, cause
right.
what I would suggest it as having is just probably an actual sound man come in, pay him $50 or something like that and bring in some sound equipment.
Yeah.
And that way you could have had a couple of shotgun microphones facing down on everybody, and then had at least 2 microphones that you could pass back and forth.
Hey, it was all good though. It was all good.
No,
good time was had. So
it was, and you guys just looked like you were having such a blast.
Oh, we were.
It was like, loved it. I loved it. And the Dollywood stuff. I mean, Expert would post throughout the day from Dollywood.
Yeah.
I was like, man, this is awesome.
Oh yeah, I think we got plenty of it from between him streaming. I think a couple other people streamed or did videos. So you're going to see more content coming up probably in the next week. Just all the fun that we had.
Yeah,
it's going to be nice.
Yeah, because it was spotty getting the information. I was like, yeah, we're like I covered as much as I could, and then whenever I think it was Baker. Who was there? Oh, it was Vegas Rick was with
yeah.
And they were all headed to Dollywood. And
yes.
I was like, guys, you could have easily come on here. All you had to do is just jump in, and I would have opened up the stream for them, but instead I just directed everyone over to them.
Yeah.
Like,
well, here's the thing is we purposely picked out that day because we thought, okay, all the kids are going to be in school. We're pretty much going to have the whole park to ourselves. No, that's when all these schools decided to come in and do their Dollywood day. So they were, it's like, okay, why is there so much traffic getting in here? And then I looked and I was like, oh dear Lord,
we picked the wrong day.
But they weren't going on the rides. That was the thing. It was like we had no trouble like going in, getting on and off the rides. It was just moving about the park was a little more difficult.
Drunk Gosney was hilarious. Yeah, last night,
dude. Last night was epic.
He was lit. I've seen Gosney drunk before, but I have not seen him that drunk.
He was happy. He was celebrating.
He was going to Miami.
Yep.
I mean, dude, I'm like so jelly.
Right?
Like, damn, dude. Damn. Well, it is about that time, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to send you guys over to Mo. You're welcome to hang out a little bit after if you want, Volstrom.
All right, man.
I do have to kick all of these folks out down the road. Look for it possibly tomorrow. No guarantees, but there will be a stream sometime later tonight. And I don't know what I'm gonna do tonight. I mean, it'll be something. I just don't know what.
Gotcha.
It'll be a little bit later. Maybe Expert will give an invite tonight, and we'll watch some storms or something.
There you go.
Because you guys are getting some storms there in Texas, and
what is Oklahoma and all that kind of crap.
Yep. Oklahoma always gets storms.
Well, that's true. Everybody, we'll see you guys very soon.
Peace.
Now I gotta call somebody to come get me because my car turned into a spaceship and I don't know how to fly it. I'm not an astronaut.